I don't know. I spend a lot of time hanging out with other comedians, having ridiculous conversations, because most of my other friends have jobs. I was hanging out with this friend of mine, a comedian, out of the blue, unprompted. She turns to me, she says, "You know, I think Paddington Bear is a phony." Whoa. I'd never really thought about it to that point. So I started thinking, okay, is that true? Is that something that people say? All right, let's think. Started thinking about all the books I grew up with as a child, not just Paddington Bear, all the other books I grew up with as a child. Okay, most of these books do center around a male protagonist. Not a lot of love interests in the picture. A lot of confirmed bachelors in children's literature. Quite a few bears, as it turns out. So, Paddington, is he a phony? I don't know if you could say he's a phony. He's British, so he's definitely repressed. Right? He's wearing that coat and the hat. If anything, at worst, he's probably a closeted homosexual. He's all buttoned up. He wishes he could be as free as Winnie the Pooh. Just out there, no pants, belly shirt, getting stuck in outdoor glory holes, hanging out with tigers and piglets. Oh, bother. That is freedom. Paddington, a little bit more buttoned up, right? He's probably more of a Craigslist guy. He's on Misconnections, trying to find that bear with the missing eye. Dear Corduroy. It's funny, actually, I started thinking about a lot of the stuff that I grew up with. You know, a lot of stuff that I grew up with that was made for me as a child is very different when I watch it as an adult. Like Sesame Street and the Muppets. Man, was I fans of those. I started thinking about it a little bit more from the adult perspective, and things made sense in a different way. None of those Muppets are having sex. Did you know that? Only Kermit. Kermit was the only one in a relationship because there was really only one female character with a major role. Right, Miss Piggy, and she was with Kermit because he was the only one that had a job on Sesame Street. And a lot of people say, oh, what about Janice in the band? All right, there's Janice, but come on. For most of my life, I thought that was a dude. So everything on Sesame Street makes more sense when you realize that nobody's having sex. Oscar's not a grouch because he's in the garbage. Nobody's banging him. Right? Nobody on that street even knows how to get there. That's how backed up they are. They can't even tell anybody else how to get there. Some of them figured it out, right? Bert and Ernie, they're a gay couple, an old married gay couple. They're not having sex anymore. They're collecting pigeons and paper clips. They have settled in. Gonzo figured it out, right? He's having sex with a chicken. He just went interspecies with it. And you got Big Bird. They never even assigned it a gender. It's just a big bird. That's why Snuffleupagus is always so depressed. Because there's only one person on that whole street that can see him, and he doesn't even know if he can have sex with it. He's always trying to figure it out, though. Huh? He's always like, hey, bird. Yeah, the only person on Sesame Street that is actually sexually aware is Elmo. Knows what he wants, knows how to get it. Just walking around all day. Tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me, tickle me. Tickle me, tickle me. Other big news, I'm single again so far, yeah. Some people were asking me where Alexis is. There is no more Alexis, guys. It's okay, it's all right. I'm enjoying the Footloose Fancy Free. So I've been single for 6 months. So far, my liver is doing great. Yeah. It is difficult dating in the city. You know, women in New York don't even really wait for you to hit on them to say no. I was talking to a girl at a bar once. She was like, sorry, I don't talk to strangers. At a bar. I was like, but I have candy. It was a lonely van ride home. You guys know that's a joke, huh, right? You can't find a spot for a van. I don't know. I've had good relationships in the city, you know, I have. I dated a special ed teacher for a couple of years, and, you know, it was sad when that ended, but I am reading at a higher level, so it's a nice takeaway for me, right? I tried dating a yoga instructor, but that didn't work out because her schedule was kind of inflexible. Yeah, I felt like I bent over backwards to make that one work. And I dated Alexis for 5 years. Alexis was a model, a real one. Not like a hand model, you know. They showed her face. It was always difficult, though. I remember being at a party, this guy was like, man, your girlfriend's so beautiful. What do you do about jealousy? I was just like, well, just don't let her catch me talking to any other girls. That's how I handled that. And you guys laugh, but that is a fact. I did not want to have her catch me talking to any of the girls. She flew into like a jealous rage. And I always tried to tell her, like, baby, none of these girls want to bang me. And sadly, I was right. As it turns out. But she's doing big things, I guess. I was at it's funny, I did a show about a month ago. The host of the show told me that he was Googling my name to find out what my credits were. And Google autofills what other people have searched for. And apparently, I talked about Alexis a lot, because Google will autofill Jordon Ferber, girlfriend. So my plan, if she gets to be big and famous, is I am going to use her as a credit. Right. You know about that big famous model? I was in that. Too much, huh? Was that a little... Definitely not a bit role. Lauren likes the dick jokes, guys. I figured that out. I do have a couple of exciting things. I actually got a new credit this year. I was on television earlier this year, guys. Yeah, that's right. I did it. Yeah. Maybe you missed it, but I was recently on the Travel Channel's Mysteries at the Museum. That's right, yep. I got cast to play Christopher Columbus. Yeah, best part, no audition. They cast me based off a photograph. They got one look at me, they were like, this guy. He looks lost. Yeah.